Are you Cleopatra, Queen of the Nile, or have you simply brought this from Salisbury somewhere?
Well, I think I'd make rather splendid Cleopatra going down on a barge wearing that, don't you?
Perfect. You're moored along the river.
Yes.
Lovely. Tell me
Yes.
about it.
Well, my grandparents were travelling in Egypt at the time of the Suez Crisis, and they were staying at the Luxor Palace Hotel, and they met the solicitor to the king, and over a cocktail, he invited them to see his jewels that he was taking from the king over to New York.
God.
So they showed them into a room, and there were trays and trays of magnificent emeralds and rubies and sapphires and diamonds. And they managed to purchase from the solicitor.
Egyptian revival jewellery peaked twice, first after Napoleon's 1798 Egyptian campaign, and again when the Suez Canal opened in 1869. By the turn of the 20th century, Central European workshops were exporting scarab and lotus flower pieces to Cairo's bazaars and grand hotel gift rooms. The irony was complete. British tourists returned from Egypt carrying European-made jewellery, with no idea the ancient land had contributed nothing to its design.
And all of this comes together to a jolly nice value of something like £8,000.
My goodness, absolutely no idea. That's amazing. Oh, that's very special. Thank you very
Lovely.
much.
Really good looking piece of Victorian silver with silver gilt panels on it. And it's got some interesting initials engraved on it, but appear to be the V for Queen Victoria, A for Prince Albert, and LP, which I think might be Louis Philippe, King of the French.
Yep.
And it has a date, October the 14th, 1844.
In 1844, there was a visit from the King of the French to the UK, a state visit. Upon his return, a storm brewed up, which is depicted
in this print here. Yeah.
And he couldn't get onto the boat. So they put a call out, however they did it in those days, to the guy who lived in the house we bought, Thomas Grant, and he was told to boot out his guests because the Queen was coming for tea. So she came with her party, including Louis Philippe and Albert, and that was a gift that the Queen gave to Thomas as a thank you.
Good heavens.
Robert Gerard II held Queen Victoria's royal warrant as Crown Jeweller from 1843, and this cup, dated October 1844, was made just 1 year into that appointment. Thomas Grant's contributions extended well beyond the house. His mechanized biscuit ovens made naval provisioning 12 times more efficient, and his method for distilling seawater proved equally vital to the fleet at sea. He received his knighthood for victualling the Navy during the Crimean War. The cup Victoria left him had spent more than a century in the house where it was given.
If this came up for auction now, I can easily see it making £6,000, £8,000. So I think you've done
Brilliant. Well, my wife did well. Yeah.
You've watched hundreds of these moments. The ordinary object. The jaw-dropping value. But here's the question we never ask: what's sitting in your home? You don't have to wait for the roadshow to come to your town. In seconds, Velco tells you what it is, when it was made, and what it could be worth. It's like having the roadshow in your pocket. Open the App Store and search Velco. VELQO. Or point your phone at the screen. You might be sitting on a fortune.
My wife had it for, I don't know, 5-6 years. It's probably come down through the family. She was quite happily wearing it as a bit of costume jewellery.
Bit of costume jewellery?
Yeah.
And what did she wear it on?
Denim jackets.
Denim jacket.
Anything that she thought, nice sparkly thing. And then we took her to a jeweller's in Chancery Lane to get the clasp sort of repaired a little bit. And he turned around and said, "You do realise it's the real thing?"
The real thing.
And so she's not worn it since, more's the pity.
Diamonds and denim.
Yes, exactly.
She really thought a bit about the design.
I did notice that the two ends unscrewed, but that was...
Well, they unscrew because there was probably not only this brooch, but a cascade of them running the front of a lady's fiercely corseted dress in about 1900. So you think your wife had problems? Think of Princess Yusupova walking around with this.
Before 1917, the stomacher was the defining centerpiece of a St. Petersburg noblewoman's jewel collection, worn along the full front of a tightly corseted gown at imperial balls. Theodore Lauer worked in St. Petersburg during the late imperial period, in a city where Fabergé workshops set the benchmark. After the revolution, pieces like this left Russia in exile luggage, surfacing in London and Paris auction rooms during the 1920s.
Well, you know, if he's going to offer you £5,000 scrap for it, double it up for insurance. £10,000 for insurance, yeah.
The first thing to say about this is that there is an almost identical piece in the Victorian.
English William and Mary furniture has been confused with Dutch for 300 years. The diagnostic is the groundwood, Dutch craftsmen used oak, English workshops used pine. What makes this cabinet particularly significant is the survival of its original mounts. Most English pieces of this period were stripped and re-gilt during the Victorian era. The seaweed marquetry, the scrolling arabesques across the drawer fronts, was introduced by Dutch craftsmen who settled in London after William III's arrival in 1688. It is not just an old cabinet. It is a document of the moment English furniture making found its own voice.
12,500.
Really?
Yeah.
Gosh, I had no idea it was anything
Well,
like
it's
that.
an important piece of furniture.
Yes. Well, it's wonderful to know. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Well,
Yes,
thank you for
that's
letting me see
lovely.
it. Okay.
No, that's lovely.
In the early 1940s, Michael Ireton was lead art critic for The Spectator, reviewing exhibitions and shaping the reputation of British painting at the height of the war. This coastal scene was painted around the time he turned his full attention to his own work. Ireton became fascinated by the myth of Daedalus, the craftsman who built the labyrinth and fashioned wings of wax and feathers. His most celebrated sculptural work, a bronze minotaur, was installed for a private collector in the United States. He died in 1975, at 54.
Yes.
About 25 years ago.
Well, an auction estimate might be £6,000 to £8,000. But I think the correct price for this picture ought to be closer to 15.
I think worth every penny. I haven't finished looking at it myself yet.
There's a lot to come, isn't there? It's a
There
very
is.
complicated picture, and it's going to
It's
reward
very
for years.
intelligent.
You've watched hundreds of these moments. The ordinary object. The jaw-dropping value. But here's the question we never ask: what's sitting in your home? You don't have to wait for the roadshow to come to your town. In seconds, Velco tells you what it is, when it was made, and what it could be worth. It's like having the roadshow in your pocket. Open the App Store and search Velco. VELQO. Or point your phone at the screen. You might be sitting on a fortune. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this one, hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next. And there are plenty more incredible appraisals waiting for you on the channel. Go check them out.